We want to find a strong enough word that you will really get the importance of it. They are your accurate, well-timed indicator of what you are doing with your now point of power. And you know, now is always your point of power, because now is always when you line up or don't. When you were only source energy, in other words, before you came forth into this physical body, you were one stream of energy. When a healer, you hear of Jesus and others who could behold someone in their illness and they did not allow themselves to see the illness, they just saw them as well. They were looking at that sick person from the perspective of source energy, which meant they did not see the sickness, which meant they influenced the wellness. When you are in alignment with who you are more powerful than millions who are not in alignment. In other words, that's where all of your power is. So when we talk about your point of power being in the present, what we're really talking about again is your alignment to your power, or you're messing it up in some way. We say to you, unless you're doing that thing you do that's giving you negative emotion and taking you out of vibrational alignment with your power, you are in alignment with this source of well-being. And when you are in alignment with this source of well-being, not only are you thriving, but you are the embodiment of thriving, but you are the influencer of thriving. In other words, when you tap into that energy and you hold a thought that allows you to stay tapped into that energy, now whatever is the object of your attention benefits mightily. You see. So when you worry about your children, not tapped in. In other words, the feeling of worry is your indication that you're looking at your children in a way very different from the way your source is looking at your children. And your source is looking at your children because you have taught source to look at your children. Now hear this. Every time you worried about them, you launched a rocket of desire that things would go better. And when you launched that rocket, source energy joined that rocket and immediately began seeing your children not only as they want to be, but as you want them to be in the joy that you feel for them. So as you feel worry, that's your indication that you've separated yourself from the way source energy is looking at this subject. When you're worried about money, when you're frustrated, when you are feeling any emotion that is along this emotional scale, let's start at the worst feeling, down there where depression is. Depression means you've been focused upon something which is the opposite of what you want long enough that you've developed the art of it. In other words, you've focused there so long that you've activated the vibration so long, and law of attraction is responding to the vibration so long that those are just the thoughts that you have easiest access to. Not only are those the thoughts that you have easiest access to, those are the thoughts and the thoughts in that vicinity that you have only access to. Because you can't set your radio dial on 630 and expect to hear what's being broadcast on 98.7. In other words, the frequencies have to match up. So whatever it is you commonly focus upon activates a vibration within you, and law of attraction is responding to that. So as we are moving forward in the hours and days that are before us, it is our desire that you come into full awareness that you are source energy and that part of that source energy is focused in this physical body. And it is our desire that you leave this gathering knowing with certainty that you are that source energy and that you can tell in every moment how much of that source energy you are allowing yourself to apply in your powerful point of now, or how much of that you are denying yourself. If we could give you our view of what's going on in your vibrational escrow, if we could convey a fraction of what we know to be there for you, we know you would feel some motivation to try to clean up your vibration and get somewhere near it. Because if you could get anywhere near this amassing of fortune and clarity and well-being, not only for your own personal behalf, but on behalf of the planet at large as you have been observing them, as you begin to close that vibrational gap, you're going to begin to notice huge differences in what manifests, certainly, but from our perspective, more important, how you are feeling as you are walking around in these bones. Can you imagine going down to the river's edge with your canoe, setting it into the water. You have your oars in the boat. And then you turn your canoe upstream and you begin paddling mightily because the stream's flowing pretty well. And we would say to you, what do you think about turning and going with the flow? And most humans would say, oh, Abraham, that just seems lazy. And we say, but how long can you keep that up? And you say, I don't know, but I'm willing to try to find out. And then you go on to explain to us with a variety of different methods that this is just what your family does. It's what I learned to do. And then you would explain that there are rewards in doing it. In other words, if you can get turned upstream and you can develop muscles and strength and perseverance, that there is virtue and reward in that. And we say, in what way? What rewards come to you? And you say, well, I eke out some financial rewards, and I'd have the nicest house in the neighborhood, and when I die, there will be monuments and statues. And then you explain that no one ever writes a book about somebody that just turned and went with the current. That is a struggle. It is the struggle that really brings forth the greatest rewards. And then almost everyone says, and I hear there are more rewards in heaven after I die for that struggle. Well, we don't want to burst that bubble, but... well, yes, we do. So, you're getting our point that if you will allow that stream to carry you. Now, we want to help you to understand what the stream is. What is the stream? What makes that stream flow? Well, it was the intention that you set forth even before you came forth into this physical body. It's a powerful current. And when you relax and allow yourself to go with the stream, it will carry you to everything that you have amassed in your vibrational escrow. It really will. So we're going to be doing a sales job in the days that we are here together because we want you to leave here understanding that the stream is flowing for you, has been flowing for you, is carrying you to all kinds of wonderful things that you want. And if you will let your undivided attention be upon one thing only, and that is, how can I do something right here and now that allows me to go with the flow? If you will get the idea of that, it is the answer to everything that you've been looking for, because all of the things you want, all the circumstances you want, all the people you want, all of the experiences that you want are in that flow, and that flow will take you to them, but you gotta go with the flow.